Here is Punkvin, and today we have a special guest from Portugal, no, from Douro.
From Douro, exactly.
So would you like to introduce yourself?
Miguel Roquette, the owner of proprietor of family of Quinta Do Crasto in the Douro Valley, with port wine and Douro wines.
And today you are here not to introduce the port wines.
Yes, today we are focusing on dry wines, mainly this wine, the Crasto Superior, which is our new project.
Yeah.
Which is a dry wine made from a property that we have in the Upper Douro. So it's called Douro Superior, which is very close to the Spanish border. And it's a really fun project that we are very excited. Because we also got a tender with System Bolaget, so the wine is now listed in Sweden. First time after 17 years of a fight.
That's fantastic. Congratulations.
So we finally got it.
And the grapes are a blend, as traditional in
Yes,
Douro.
we have. We're not trying to make the same wine every year. That's not possible, and that's not fun. What we want is for you to, when you get this vintage of Superior, and when you get the next vintage and the following vintage, what we want is for you to grab a glass of Crasto Superior, open the wine for the first time, and go, yes, it's Crasto Superior again. I'm not saying that we want to make the same wine, but we want to keep the same standard of quality. That's very important for us. Having said that, the blend is not necessarily the same. We do have about 4 different varieties. So we have Touriga Nacional, Tinta Roriz, known as Tempranillo in Spain, Tinta Barroca, Touriga Franca. We have a little bit of Souza, which is another very important port variety. But we also have, for the moment, because this is still young vines, we also have about 25 to 30% of old vines in the final blend. So this enhances the whole structure of the wine. It makes the wine a little bit more complex, a little bit more serious, without being boring serious. In Douro we say that we have 9 months of winter and 3 months of hell. And hell for us can be about 46 degrees in the shade. This is extremely hot, and in the Upper Douro it's very, very hot in June, July and August, very dry. And of course the only way to do it is to, in terms of fruit management and canopy management, is to irrigate the grapes. So we have, in this new property, we have 114 hectares and the full production. And we have drop-to-drop irrigation system. So we need to irrigate the wines. You need to relieve them from this extreme heat. This is the only way that you can do it. In the Upper Douro, most of the properties are done that way.
Because there are a lot of sun as well, and the grapes could get sunburned.
Absolutely,
so
yes.
do you keep the leaves so they protect the...
Correct. Canopy control is quite important. And this obviously depends on the time of the year, because there's a certain time when we have what we call the painter. The painter is when the green bunches turn into red bunches. And by that time, basically what happens is that photosynthesis is taking place. So as it does happen with any plant. By the time that happens, you want to have a little bit more sun exposure. But as you said right, you have to be careful, because it can actually happen that way. I remember having one of my workers coming to me, and they just brought a bunch of grapes, and they said, just smell that. And I remember that very well. I smell those grapes, and they remind me of those, when we cook those apples in the oven, and we put some sugar on top. And it reminded me that, and I said, wow, this is completely cooked. He said, yes, this is sunburn, and sometimes you lose quite a lot of production. You lose tons of grapes with this sun-burning problem. So canopy control is indeed something that you have to be very attentive to, and you have to control that. One of the biggest challenges that we have is to control and to tame the tannins. And what you said there is very important, and I think this is very well done with Superior. It's not a pretentious wine. I think it's a wine that it's enjoyable at every moment of our lives, and this is what it's meant to be. It's not meant to be a pretentious wine, a very high-end wine that you will pair with the top-end foods. No, it's something that you can drink by itself, as you get home from a long working day, you grab a bottle of Superior and you drink it. I like it now in summer to have it slightly chilled. I think it's fantastic. But on the other hand, you can also pair this with food. You can pair this with venison, with elk, with moose, with steak, and be adventurous in terms of food pairing. This wine will hold quite well. And what I'm really happy, and time will tell if I'm right, is that this has an enormous potential for aging. I think this wine will age quite well in our cellars. So if you keep this, if you hold this 2011 for another 7 to 10 years, I can guarantee you that you will have a very, very pleasant experience.